Have you ever wondered how cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT, can change the way we think and behave? Welcome to the Psychology and Physical Training channel. Introduction to Cognitive Behavioral Therapy. Let's delve into this fascinating world of psychology. Cognitive behavioral therapy is a therapeutic approach that has gained widespread recognition and use. It's like a scalpel for the mind, meticulously carving out and replacing negative or irrational beliefs that fuel dysfunctional emotions, behaviors, and thoughts. Think of your mind as a garden. Negative thoughts are the weeds that stifle the growth of beautiful flowers, which represent our positive thoughts and emotions. Cognitive behavioral therapy, with its various techniques, is the gardener that helps us identify these weeds, understand their destructive nature, and uproot them to make room for the flowers to bloom. By altering the way we perceive the world, CBT empowers us to react more constructively, leading to healthier relationships, improved self-esteem, and overall mental well-being. So, how did this influential form of therapy come into existence? The genesis of cognitive therapy. To understand cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT, we must first delve into its roots, starting with the development of cognitive therapy. Journey back to the swinging 60s, an era of change and revolution, not just in music and fashion, but also in the realm of psychology. It was during this period that cognitive therapy emerged as a groundbreaking approach to mental health, shifting the focus from external behavior to the internal processes of the mind. At the heart of this development was a man named Aaron Beck. Beck, a psychiatrist by training, was initially a staunch adherent of psychoanalysis. However, his clinical observations led him to question the prevailing theories of the time. He noticed that his patients with depression often experienced a stream of negative thoughts that seemed to arise spontaneously. These automatic thoughts appeared to be significant, yet they didn't fit within the framework of psychoanalysis. Intrigued by this discovery, Beck embarked on a journey of research, studying these automatic thoughts and their effects on mood and behavior. His work revealed that these thoughts often revolved around themes of loss, failure, and hopelessness, forming a cognitive triad that seemed central to the experience of depression. This led to the formulation of cognitive therapy, which posited that our thoughts directly influence our feelings and behaviors. According to Beck, by identifying and changing these distorted thought patterns, we could alleviate the symptoms of depression and other mental health disorders. This was a revolutionary idea at the time, suggesting that our internal dialogue had the power to shape our emotional state and our actions. Beck's work laid the foundation for the broader field of cognitive behavioral therapy, which integrates cognitive therapy's focus on thought patterns with behavioral therapy's emphasis on action and change. Today, CBT is one of the most widely used and researched forms of psychotherapy, with applications ranging from depression and anxiety to substance abuse and eating disorders. Now that we understand its inception, what are the different forms of cognitive therapy? Forms of cognitive therapy. Cognitive therapy has evolved over the decades into various forms, each with its unique focus. One of these forms is rational emotive behavior therapy, or REBT for short. This therapy was developed by psychologist Albert Ellis in the mid-20th century. REBT is based on the premise that not only do our thoughts and beliefs influence our emotions, but that it's often our irrational beliefs that lead to emotional distress. The goal of REBT is to identify and challenge these irrational beliefs, helping individuals to replace them with healthier, more rational ones. Another form of cognitive therapy is cognitive processing therapy, or CPT. This form of therapy is often used to treat post-traumatic stress disorder and other related conditions. CPT focuses on how individuals perceive their traumatic experiences and the impact these perceptions have on their emotional and mental health. The goal of CPT is to help individuals reframe their thoughts about their trauma, allowing them to reduce their emotional distress and improve their quality of life. Lastly, we have dialectical behavior therapy, or DBT. This form of cognitive therapy was developed by psychologist Marsha Linehan, and it's often used to treat individuals with borderline personality disorder. DBT combines standard cognitive behavioral techniques with concepts from Buddhist meditative practice. The therapy helps individuals to balance opposing forces or dialectics, such as acceptance versus change, or emotional versus rational thinking. This balance aims to reduce emotional volatility and improve overall emotional and mental well-being. Each of these forms of cognitive therapy, REBT, CPT, and DBT, have their unique focus and approach. However, they all operate under the umbrella of cognitive therapy, which posits that our thoughts and beliefs play a significant role in our emotions and behaviors. Each form is unique, but they all share a common goal: to change our thinking and behavior. But how exactly do they achieve this? Therapeutic techniques in cognitive behavioral therapy. The effectiveness of CBT lies in its therapeutic techniques, which are tools to change our thought patterns. As we delve into these techniques, we'll encounter a variety of methods that help us modify not only how we think, but also how we behave. Let's start with cognitive restructuring or reframing. This technique takes our automatic negative thoughts and turns them on their head. It's like looking at an old photograph in a new light. We're encouraged to challenge our negative thoughts, question their validity, and replace them with positive, rational thoughts. It's a powerful tool in reshaping our perceptions and responses to stressful situations. Next, we have guided discovery. This is where the therapist guides the individual to discover their distorted thoughts or beliefs. It's as if you're on a treasure hunt, but instead of hunting for gold, you're hunting for truth. The therapist asks a series of questions that lead you to uncover your own cognitive distortions. This process helps you recognize and understand your thought patterns, which is the first step towards changing them. Moving on, we come to exposure therapy. This technique is particularly useful for those struggling with anxiety disorders or phobias. It's akin to facing your fears in a controlled and safe environment. By gradually and repeatedly facing the feared object or situation, the individual learns to cope with their fear and eventually overcome it. Lastly, we have behavioral experiments. These are practical activities designed to test the validity of both negative and positive beliefs. It's like conducting a science experiment, but on your thoughts. By challenging and testing your thoughts in real-life situations, you can gather evidence to either support or disprove your beliefs. Each of these techniques is a cog in the larger mechanism of cognitive behavioral therapy. They work together to help us understand and change our thought patterns and behaviors. And while it may seem daunting, remember that change is a journey, not a destination. These techniques are indeed powerful tools, but what are the key points we should remember about CBT? Stay tuned to find out. Key points about cognitive behavioral therapy. Cognitive behavioral therapy is indeed a fascinating field. Here are some key points to remember. Cognitive therapy, as we've discussed, is rooted in the belief that our thoughts impact our emotions and behaviors. It's not necessarily the situation itself that determines how we feel, but our interpretation of it. This approach was pioneered by Aaron Beck in the mid-20th century, and it has since become a cornerstone of modern psychology. Beck's work on cognitive therapy laid the groundwork for the development of various forms of cognitive therapy that we see today. These include rational emotive behavior therapy, cognitive processing therapy, and dialectical behavior therapy, each with its unique focus and approach, yet all sharing the common goal of helping individuals change unhelpful thinking patterns. The therapeutic techniques used in cognitive behavioral therapy are as diverse as the forms it takes. Some common strategies include cognitive restructuring, where therapists help clients identify and challenge distorted thinking patterns, and behavioral activation, which involves encouraging clients to engage in activities that are mood-enhancing or aligned with their values. But perhaps what sets cognitive behavioral therapy apart is its effectiveness. Numerous studies have shown that CBT is a potent intervention for a wide range of psychological disorders, from anxiety and depression to eating disorders and post-traumatic stress disorder. It's a testament to the power of our thoughts and their capability to shape our lives. Aaron Beck once said, "If you change the way you think, you can change the world." In a sense, that's what cognitive behavioral therapy is all about. It's not just about treating symptoms or managing distress. It's about equipping individuals with the tools to navigate life's challenges more effectively, fostering resilience and promoting mental well-being. Empowering individuals through cognitive behavioral therapy. Remember, cognitive behavioral therapy is about changing our thoughts to change our lives. It's about empowering ourselves to lead healthier and happier lives. And if you like this video, do not forget to subscribe and follow the Psychology and Physical Training channel for more videos. Thanks for watching.